Hi Evan, it's me Evan. I haven't made a video in a while, and I want to just get on here, say hello. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm sitting outside in the backyard. Well, I'm not in the backyard, but I'm sitting outside on the porch. And I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was a live video, and it was a tarot reader that I enjoy watching because they're hilarious and I love their energy. However, I've noticed that people that watch these tarot readings for twin flame readings are all really stuck on their person and finding their person and searching for this person that's supposed to be their person. Well, I'm going to be really rude and tell y'all to wake the fuck up. You're not here to find your person. You're here to find this, your soul. You're here to find connection to the divine and your soul, and realize that you are connected to the divine, and that this journey is about reawakening the connection and remembering all that stuff. It's not about going out and finding. Yeah, if you find somebody, that's great. That's awesome. That should be the cherry on the top of your life existence, or the icing to your cake, or the sprinkles on your cupcake, or all the candles to celebrate the number of years that you've progressed and hopefully grown through your progression of life here on earth. That is what finding your person is supposed to be like. Finding you is what the journey is about, not finding your person. You guys need to get the fucking your heads out of your asses. I mean, I'm included in this. I've been stuck on the fact that Brandina passed away. It's been almost 3 years, and I've been stuck on the fact that her physicality is gone, and therefore I have no access to her, and that's bullshit. That woman is with me every freaking day of my life. As long as I'm here, she's here. We're connected. She wants to be a part of my life. She's made it very known to me. But my ego, in this part that actually lets me see these two things are so fixated on this stuff and this stuff that I cannot seem to understand. It's only not until recently that it really hit me that that woman is here. And yeah, I'm getting verklempt because there's still an egoic part of me that's like, that's bullshit, and that's not bullshit. Y'all wake up. Please wake up and realize what your journey is about. The journey is about finding your purpose, whether or not you decide to live in that purpose, and whether you find balance in the choices that you make. Whether those choices are to live in your purpose or be sitting here focusing on the things that are 3D, like materialistic things, physical things, attachments to things. They're all part of our existence, and yes, they all should be things that we experience because thoughts turn to things. It's amazing. But I really would like for people to really try to focus and understand that yes, we do come here to desire experiences, meaning we are desiring connections to other people here and having relationships to other people, and doesn't mean when I say relationships, I want to make it very clear that I mean all relationships, every aspect of relationships, whether that's and that includes yourself too. Let's not forget the main relationship, the main nurturing relationship you should always nurture first and foremost is the one you have with yourself. How you feel about yourself, how you see yourself. Do not externally look and try to validate yourself based upon what other things are telling you or what other people are telling you, because that is only their perception of your existence here, and only you know what your own truth is while you're here. People can try to tell you, and you may take those things on. I like to call them energetic capes. I had a lot of energetic capes, and then doing my shadow work, I got rid of a lot of them. I still have some I gotta get rid of. I still have some I'm still trying to get rid of, and they get kind of hung up on things, and I'm like, it's like when you're walking. Did you ever, like when you were a kid, did you ever take a blanket and wrap it around yourself like you had a cape, and then maybe you'd be walking through the house, or maybe you were outside with your blanket or your blanket cape, and it got hung on something, and you'd be walking, and you'd be like, oh, how come I'm not moving? Or the cape would get caught and you couldn't move. It's like that. Like, don't let those things weigh you down to the point where you can't move forward, or feel joyous in your existence, because you're externally trying to validate your existence here by searching for your person. Stop searching for your person. Search for what makes you happy. Search for what brings you joy. Listen to this. If you're finding you're doing something and you realize, and it's so cliche because everyone says it, but it's so true. When you find that thing that you're doing that brings you joy, that's healthy, that brings you joy, and you're like, oh my God, I was going to sit down and maybe cross stitch something for half an hour, and then you realize 2 hours have gone by, and you've been living in this place of focus and just feeling really good about what's going on and not really minding anything but living in that focus. That's living in the now, and that's a part of meditation in a way. It's like active meditation. That's the thing that brings you joy. Then that's the thing you should keep pursuing to do, because eventually that thing, hopefully, find a way to make it be able to help support you, meaning that you can make a living doing that. It brings you energetic currency. I like to call money pink bananas in currency. It's funny. You should have fun with money. Money does good things. Money is not evil. Money used in the right, proper intentions is dispersed and used for good and helping people. That's what I like to see money do. Anyways, I'm getting off the topic. Please get your booties out of the holes you've put them in searching for this person. Your person does exist, but your person is not gonna into your existence until you get your shit straight in your soul. I don't mean like go to church and be like, oh. I'm saying like do your work, clear your traumas, find out what triggers you and why those things are triggering you. If you realize you've gone through the day and somebody said something to you and all of a sudden your whole energy is just shifted and changed, and you've gone from feeling lighthearted and whatever to frustrated or tumultuous or anger or irritation, then something in that exchange triggered you. You allowed something in that exchange to trigger you, to cause you to have a reaction when you should be having a response. I do it myself. I'm still working on it. I carry anger. I have had a lot of trauma in my life. Apparently in my past lives I've carried traumas from lifetime to lifetime, and they do call that generational ancestry of DNA. Like, you will pass good things and bad things, or what we perceive as bad things or traumas, through our DNA. And apparently I have got a lineage of a lot of anger and irritation, and I'm trying to break those patterns. And so when I realize I've done some reactionary thing, sometimes I'm aware enough of what I'm going through to sit and go, what happened there? Why am I all of a sudden feeling this way? What caused that in that interaction? What did I do, or what did this person or people I was interacting with cause me to shift and have this weird feeling of non-contentment? You're playing a participatory role in all of your exchanges with people, including yourself. And when I say that, I mean you're having a conversation with your higher self all day long. Every day you're in this flesh sack, moving around. Your energetic being is in this costume, moving around. You're always talking to your higher self. It's just whether or not you want to listen. We have free will, and we all exercise it. We all exercise our free will. Jesus, if you believe in the structures of religion or the labels that we call the spirits that we cohabitate with and converse with, if you believe in that and you believe in what we call God and Jesus and all that stuff, Jesus didn't die for our sins. I wish people would get that narrative correct. I've discussed this with many spiritual people and they all agree with me. Jesus did not die because we were born into sin. We're not born into anything. We're just born. We're born into a lineage that we have to figure out how to get back to the freedom of our lineage that was given to us at our birthright. We are fine when we're born. It's everything around us that lets us get bogged down in the density of 3D. So, I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore because I'm rambling kind of, but Jesus didn't die for our sins. Jesus died to show us that life is eternal and reciprocal, and we live multiple lives. We come back to learn how to free ourselves of our burdens that we've created and keep carrying forth. We learn how to free ourselves of judgment and criticism from ourselves and our family, as well as others outside of us. When we learn to be free of all those things, we truly are able to be. And when that happens, it's fucking amazing. Just try to remember, our soul journeys here are really to discover ourselves again and learn how to live and express ourselves in a healthy way, free from judgment and criticism, mainly of ourselves. Obviously from others, but mainly from ourselves. We can get in our own way, and I do it a lot. My sister and I were talking about it yesterday. I do it a lot. I can do it a lot sometimes. I get really angry about things, and I just go and just walk away, when if I could just step back and breathe and try to look at it from a different perspective, then I can see there's another way. I heard this today too, and I was trying to, I think I made a video about meditating on Instagram, and I was saying you can't find the solution to the problem when you're the solution, and I was like, no, that's not right. You can't find the solution to the problem when you're sitting in the problem. And I never really understood what that meant until today. I heard somebody saying, like, when you're having a problem and you're trying to figure out what the solution is, envision what you want the solution to be, or envision how you would see the solution play out. And 90% of the time, it will come to fruition, which I think is kind of cool. But anyhow, figure out a way to find some joy in your life in a healthy way. As long as you're not hurting yourself or hurting someone else, I think that would be a good rule to follow, like some guidance to follow. Find little ways to make yourself laugh. Find little ways to give yourself some humor. Find little ways to love yourself. It's always a little bumpy ride, like boop, 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 boop. But every once in a while, hopefully, we get put in this, I like to look at it like a little cloud, and we get to float in the stream of consciousness without fighting or struggling. It's like I don't know, a lot of people, I live in Texas, and a lot of people get in the Rio Grande, I don't know if it's the Rio Grande, I don't know. But anyways, a lot of people go tubing in the river, and they will literally grab coolers of alcoholic beverages or Cokes or sodas or whatever it is they're drinking, and they will float it next to their tubes and put on their hat and kick their feet up in their tube and have their beverage and just kind of float down the river and let the stream carry them. That's how I like to look at it. Personally, I like to look at it like the little sea turtles in Finding Nemo, when they were taking the currents in the ocean and trying to travel from one part of the ocean to the other part of the world to go down to Australia. And they were in this current flow, and the little sea turtles were like, just get in the flow, man, don't fight it, just get in the flow. That's kind of how I look at it. The consciousness, the flow of consciousness. So just try to remember, y'all, this journey is not about finding your person. This journey is about finding you, and when you find you, you attract all these wonderful things, and I bet you that includes your person. I did. I started doing my work, and that lady came into my life. She had already done the work. Her therapist told her, when she visited her therapist, to tell her that she was dating a trans person and maybe wanted to have some discussion about that. And her therapist was like, initially her therapist was like, why are you here? You don't need to be here. And then Brandina had to explain to her, like, oh, well, I'm dating this person and they happen to be trans, and I don't know why I'm here, but I just wanted to talk about it. But her therapist was really kind of surprised that she needed a session, because she'd already pretty much done all the work. Unfortunately, physically, her body had gone through a lot of traumas. She had dated some men that were unhealthy, and they were physical with her in a way that was very horrible, and hospitalized her to the point where it did long-term damage to her body internally. I don't think she was aware of it, and if she was, she kept very quiet about it. And she deceased. And that's unfortunate. And I'm not very happy about it. I'm not gonna lie. There's still kind of stings. I'd love to talk to Keanu Reeves. He's been through some stuff. And that man still seems to have joy and lightheartedness about him and compassion and seems like an empathetic dude. I would really like to know how he walks through life with grief, because grief doesn't go away. You just learn how to live with it. He has a quote where he says it never goes away, it just changes shape, and that's very true. I would really like to know what he does for himself when he finds himself thinking about his passed on loved ones. Because if I'm correct, I believe he lost an unborn child and his girlfriend. And now he's happily in a relationship with someone he considers the love of his life. So I'm just very curious to know how he navigates that, if those feelings arise. Because I'm sure he thinks about the two people that he loved dearly that passed. And maybe those feelings sometimes elicit a feeling of sorrow or sadness. And I'm just really curious what he does in those moments. I haven't found what that is for me. I just let myself cry, and then it seems to pass. It's just kind of frustrating sometimes when what you really desire is a hug from the person that has no arms because they've passed away and they're not able to physically hug you any longer. That's a little frustrating. So, anyways, I hope everyone enjoys their day. It is Friday. I have a weekend coming up where I have to actually work on the weekend, but it's only for 4 hours, and I think it'll go pretty smoothly. It always seems to. So I get to do that, and I get paid. So hey, cool. Anywho, everyone enjoy their weekend. Try to find some time to meditate if you can. I'm gonna try to do that myself. It always seems to help me, even if it's like 5 minutes. Try to do it. It'll help immensely. And that means you too, Evan. Okay. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.